Hello, I'm Maiden and you are the listener, and this is Switching to the Future. Holiday special for 2024. Yay! Can't believe it. Happy Friday, it's the 20th of December 2024 as of the posting and recording of this episode. Happy holidays, or Merry Christmas, or whatever. I'm not aware of what happens in December other than Christmas, really. Just enjoy the season and enjoy the bank holiday on the 25th if you're not, a person for Christmas or anything. Okay, this is the final episode of the year. I'm taking next week off, 2 days after Christmas. You think you expect me to work 2 days after Christmas on this podcast? I'll be back on the 3rd of January though, and chances are something big will have broken. Oh wait, 27th. Okay, change of plan. There might be a short episode on the 27th of December. Really depends on what happens on the 25th in regards to this quick news drop. Some guy on Reddit claims to already have the retail Nintendo Switch 2. He's calling it that, so yeah. What do I say? Yeah, right. He says he'll post proof on the Christmas Day, which is the 25th, obviously. But I don't believe him, because he was asked questions, and he admitted to never turning on the system, let alone trying. How am I supposed to believe that someone with an electronic gadget that is, in high demand, hasn't been officially revealed, heavily hyped for, is in the hands of this person, yet he somehow has the patience to not turn it on? I mean, respected news organisation The Verge believes he said the truth, but I seriously doubt all of this, just because how does somebody have the patience? It's crazy. Either this person is the most patient man on earth, or but if he is so patient, then why is he so hyped for it? Also, there's another batch of accessory leaks for the next console. I have a feeling some of it is literally just random junk at this point. I mean, people are already designing and showing off, those little wheel attachments that you have for the Wii and the Switch. Well, that's a news drop. If that Reddit guy's telling the truth, then 27th of December you'll have my opinions on the images he posts on Reddit. But if not, then see you next year. Okay, but this holiday special ain't a holiday special without actually special parts to it. So, I'm going to give my thoughts on what I want from the Switch successor, as well as also just recap on each year of the Switch's life in this segment that I'd like to call BEE, Before Errors End. 100% not a nod to the model naming scheme for the next console. Well, it is a nod. Okay. So what do I want for the next console? Fun games. That is the most important part. Fun games. I mean, yeah, okay. Now, yeah, the Wii U had some really fun games. I mean, there's a reason Mario Kart 8 is still the latest one. You ever grow impatient? I've been playing this. The singular Mario Kart I've been playing it for, 9 years and 360... No, 8 years and 360 days at this point. So I'm impatient. I mean, the Wii U had fun games. They just brought them all over to the Switch. Then they started making Switch games. I mean, they made Switch games early on as well, but fun. I want a fun console, not a console that's just, I don't know, I don't want a console that is just trying to think of a bad game. I don't want a console that's just Wii Chess. I mean, chess isn't inherently a bad game, but Wii Chess is a bad game. So yeah, I don't want a console that just plays board games, even though they can be fun. I want a video game console with fun video games. Also, good naming convention. I'd rather Nintendo Switch 2, or Super Nintendo Switch, or the new... No, not the new Nintendo Switch. Nah. Hell, I'll even take Nintendo Switch Pro at this point, because people will delusionally buy anything with Pro on it, because it 100% means something completely different. I don't know. I mean, actually, Switch Pro is a dumb naming convention. Just a name that implies this isn't a Nintendo Switch. It's a brand new console. It's not an accessory for the console. It's a brand new thing. Not an accessory. Not a Switch Deluxe. Not a new Nintendo Switch with an added C thing to the right side of the thing. Just, I'll take the Nintendo Switch 2, please. I don't want a repeat of the Wii U, because then it's going to happen again. New console early on, bunch of ports, I start complaining. And a bunch of other people who buy the new console start complaining. So, okay. I believe Nintendo's learned from their mistakes of the Wii U, so yeah. Also, I want a midnight black home menu theme. Why? OLED. If you have an OLED screen, why, wouldn't it make sense to have midnight black? Saves electricity, looks nicer. But no, for some reason, the Switch only has light and dark. And the dark ain't even as dark as it can be on a phone. Because dark themes on phones take advantage of OLED screens, so... yeah. Also, keep the OLED screen. Sorry, OLED is just beautiful. If you play Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, play Rainbow Road on the LCD screen, it looks nice, obviously. But if you play on an OLED screen, it looks beautiful. Well, I mean, that explains why Mario Kart 8 is still the latest, considering how well it's held up, but yeah. Also, I would like good controller battery life to remain. Switch controller battery life is like... I can go 3 months without charging my Pro Controller. I think the last time I charged my Pro Controller was in September, and I've only started charging it tonight. That's how good the battery life is on these things. So, I hope that's the case on the next generation. Also, Mario Kart 9, or 10, or Ultimate, or Deluxe, or Mario Kart Special, or I don't know what they're going to call the next one. Mario Kart Switch 2? Or Mario Kart gimmick name here? I just want a new Mario Kart. But, yeah. That's all I want for the next console. Now, I'm sure somebody's going to be screaming at me, why have you not asked for Street Pass? Why have you not asked for this? Oh, okay, I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but I also want a better eShop. That is the only application change I want. Just a better online store, less junk shoved in your face. I want the thing to be as fluid as the eShop was on the Switch's launch day. And it wasn't that fluid, but it was much more fluid than it is now. I want that at a minimum. None of this junk, just something fluid, fast, and it works. Not this shovelware-filled scrapyard, as it feels. Where games that steal off the names of other games can just sit there for 2 weeks. I just... There's a reason I buy physical now. Even though I was buying digital for about a quarter of the Switch's life. Okay, but I'm sure some people are going to be like, well, what about Street Pass? What about this, that's this? Okay, Street Pass. I don't need it. I doubt any of you do. Also, it was not like anybody outside of Japan or New York or Seattle ever used it outside of occasional organised events. Also, I'm sure some people are going to be like, why are you not asking for Mii's to make a comeback? Because they have to make a comeback. If the next console is compatible with stuff for the existing console, it would imply Amiibo is compatible and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is compatible. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe requires a Mii to play, and Amiibo require a Mii to be used in most games. So, yeah, they're not cutting out Mii characters. So, yeah, that's pretty much... Oh, and I'm sure at least one other person's going to be like, why not ask for obscure rap here? Just, are you actually going to use it? Who purchased a Nintendo Wii to use the news, forecast, internet channels, and nothing else? Who purchased a Wii to use the Everybody Votes channel? Think about it. I would want video streaming services. Okay, that's actually reasonable thinking about it, but... Who purchased a Wii just to use things like the news channel? Absolutely nobody. No, I mean, yeah, there are fun little things, you know, and I mean, it can be convenient to read the news on the Wii. Especially, I mean, I use a revival service that I'm not going to name. But, yeah. I mean, it can be nice, it can occasionally be convenient, but nobody buys a console to see the news on it. Okay, now let's go to something, well, nostalgic. I'm going to look back on each year of the Switch's life, and I'm going to give two of my favourite moments. My favourite announcement from Nintendo, and my gaming experience in general that year. Mostly Nintendo stuff. I mean, there is an exception in 2020 and 2021, so yeah. Apologies if you noticed a bit of a cut. Got distracted, had to help my dad with some technical issues on his computer. All is well though, so... Okay. So I'm going to start in 2016 and going to end in 2024. So, yeah. So, 2016, my gaming experience? Getting the DLC for Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U. It just felt good. You know, going from the base 32 tracks and then, you know, adding 16 mostly really good tracks. I mean, My Ice Outpost is one of my favourites. Underrated gem. Super Bell Subway. The Animal Crossing and Zelda tracks. SNES Rainbow Road. Wario's Goldmine. Baby Park. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of Cheeseland, but it's fun. So, yeah. Nintendo announcement. The Switch itself. I mean, it's the whole reason I'm here. The whole reason you're here. Because, I mean, you know, this is about the Nintendo Switch's successor, which is rumoured to be the Switch 2. So, yeah. 2017. Now I have two for my gaming experience. The build-up to the Switch's release, and Super Mario Odyssey in general. Just playing it. That is a beautiful game. One of the best platformers to ever come out. And, I mean, the only platformers that have come close to being as good as it, that have come out since, have been Astrobot Rescue Mission, Astro's Playroom, and Astrobot. So, yeah. Well, that's my personal opinion. Nintendo announcement for 2017. The E3 2017 trailer for Mario Odyssey. I'm sorry. I mean, yeah, the Switch presentation was great and all, but there was just something about that trailer. 2018. My gaming experience. Splatoon 2's... Oh, no, that's 2019, silly. Okay, 2018. My gaming experience. My first drop into Fortnite. Simply put, I'm still playing, and if I'm correct, there's a live event in 20 minutes or something. Don't know if I'll watch that. I don't know, but I'm still playing Fortnite. Nintendo announcements. Everyone is here. That announcement saying that literally every previous Super Smash Bros. Fighter would return in arguably the greatest fighting game of all time. But I'm sorry, but that was just hype. You know, every character. People were like, oh, I hope he comes back. Oh, I don't think he's going to make a return. And everybody did. That was just hype. The February 2018 Nintendo Direct is a close second, though, because that was just... there was so much going on. And, I mean, it ended with the reveal of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and right before then, Splatoon 2's DLC got announced, and I still consider it to be the greatest DLC pack of all time. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's Booster Course Pass trailing very slightly behind, and Splatoon 3's DLC trailing slightly behind that. Well, actually, I mean, it's slightly high kept for Splatoon 3's DLC because didn't fully live up to expectations, but I'm not going to rant about that today. This is a general Nintendo podcast, and, I mean, yeah. So, yeah. 2019, Splatoon 2's final Splatfest. I was on Team Order. Team Order lost, but it was fun. And memorable. My favourite Nintendo announcement? The beginning of the February 2019 Nintendo Direct, where they announced Super Mario Maker 2. Now this was at a late hour, and I wasn't allowed to stay up that late. I was only allowed to stay up until the beginning of the Direct in time. I was able to just get away for another 5 minutes, and I saw Mario Maker 2 be revealed. That was all I needed. Mario Maker 2 is a great game. 2020. My gaming experience. Fall Guys. Animal Crossing New Horizons is a close second. But Fall Guys, you just had to be there when it first came out. And you just had to be there when they made it free, before they blundered twice. But yeah, you just had to be there at the time. Animal Crossing New Horizons is a close second. Great game. Definitely kept a lot of people sane during the pandemic. And if anything, it's turned Nintendo from Mario, Zelda, maybe Splatoon to Mario, Zelda, Animal Crossing, Splatoon, and maybe Pikmin. Pikmin is sort of like that one brand they try and push despite not being the most popular of the lot. Nintendo announcement. 51 Worldwide Games, or as it's called in North America, Clubhouse Games, 51 Worldwide Classics. Yeah, pandemic. Well, on a more positive note, 2021. Honestly, I don't remember much about 2021 in terms of gaming. I barely played the Switch that year due to a fan issue that appeared on my original Day 1 Switch. And so, yeah. I did get the Switch Online expansion pack when it came out, though, because I really wanted to play a bunch of the Nintendo 64 games on the launch lineup. I love Mario Kart 64. I mean, of course I'd like it. I mean, that, and also I was desperate to play something different from Mario Kart then. Little did I know what would happen February 2022. My favourite Nintendo announcement, though? The February 2021 Direct. It was like, we're back. Yeah, it started with a character reveal for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I mean, that character, I believe, is a Xenoblade character. I think their name's Pyra. I'm not a Xenoblade fan. I mean, I did get a physical copy of Xenoblade X a while back, only to sell it off again after they announced the Switch version mere weeks afterwards. Thankfully, I got most of my money back. But, yeah. So, yeah. But right after that, Fall Guys for Switch. Little did anybody know that would be a bad omen, and it would cause the second downfall of the game in part due to issues on the Switch version due to poor optimization, and it's alright now. And it was hype then. And then the direct ended with Splatoon 3. Great game. Great game. Started off okay, got better over time. Ended up, but when they finally fixed a lot of the networking issues in the late August 2024 update, the game is great. Great. Just wish I could play it without being thrown into a large... Well, without being thrown against four people with no life. 2022. Whenever Mario Kart 8 Deluxe DLC levels were added. Enough said. My favourite Nintendo announcement? Wave 1 of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's DLC. Because this was just like... It had been 5 years since Mario Kart 8 Deluxe released. People were at this point begging for Mario Kart 9. I just remember people begging at that point. I mean, we didn't get Mario Kart 9, but we got 48 more tracks over the course of 2 years, so yeah. 2023, my gaming experience, me finally playing Zelda Breath of the Wild for the first time. Beautiful game, near perfect. I honestly do not get why. I was like, if I want Zelda, I'll just buy on the Wii U. But proceeded to buy Skylanders on Switch despite that being on Wii U. I mean, I suppose it was a good choice in terms of money in the long term, but... how stupid I was then. I mean, I was also like, The Legend of Zelda is rubbish, with one B. I honestly... I don't know if this was the best decision to look back at the past. But yeah, Zelda Breath of the Wild for the first time. Beautiful game. Beautiful game. So much to do, so much to see, so much to fight, so much to learn. It's great. My favourite Nintendo announcement of 2023? The Paper Mario, the Thousand Year Door remake. I had always heard it's one of the greatest RPGs of all time. It's the best Mario RPG. Then? Okay, if Zelda Breath of the Wild is a beautiful game, Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door is a beautiful game as well. I can't debate that, in my personal opinion. And now, 2024. My experience? This podcast. Why wouldn't it be? Though, because I'm technically doing gaming experience stuff as well. Splatoon 3's final-ish Splatfest, the Grand Festival. It was fun. It was hype, like the final Splatfest in Splatoon 2. But it was why did Team Past win? The past isn't the way we should be looking. I mean, according to this podcast name, we should be looking at the future, but in my opinion, we should be looking at the present. But yeah. And my favourite Nintendo announcement? The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. Yeah. Nintendo really hasn't announced much this year. But Zelda Echoes of Wisdom's quite a nice game. In the amount of time I've played, it's different. It rethinks the conventions of 2D Zelda, but it's just great. Still, there's a reason it's Nintendo's only 2024 Game of the Year nominee. So yeah, that's my look back on the Switch. So, closing notes. Thank you for watching over the year. Have a happy holiday season. And to all the good nights. I don't know where that phrase came from. I just think it's associated with Christmas. I don't know. Have a good evening, day, week, night, month, whatever. And goodbye and happy holidays.